Hi, and welcome back to our Union Budget podcast. In this episode, we'll discuss about the amendments that have been brought under Section 43B for timely payments of micro and small enterprises. As we all know, that there is a payment condition under the MSME Act for payments to the MSMEs. So if the payment is delayed, requisite interest is charged on such payments. However, it depends upon the buyer and seller if they adhere to it. So a similar provision has been brought under the income tax in order to ensure timely payments for the micro and small enterprises. So there is if any sum is payable to a micro and small enterprise and such sum is not payable within the period of 15 days or 45 days if there is an agreement between the buyer and the seller, and such agreement mentions the time limit of 45 days, then the deduction of such sum is allowed to the buyer only on actual payment basis. However, if let's take an example relating to it. So if an invoice is issued on 1st of April 2024 by the seller, so the buyer has a time period of 15 days or 45 days to make the payment. However, if the buyer fails to do so, still the buyer can make the payment up to 31st March 2025 in order to claim the deduction of such sum in the financial year 24-25. On the other side, let's take another example that if the invoice is issued, let's say on 31st March 2025, so the buyer has again the period of 15 days or 45 days if there is an agreement and it specifies such time limit to make the payment, and the payment is made within such time limit, only then the deduction of such sum will be available to the buyer in the period in the financial year 24-25. Otherwise, it will be available on the actual paid basis, or so that will be financial year 25-26. So it is a very contentious issue. However, this has been brought to boost the micro and small enterprise. I quote, micro and small enterprises are only covered, medium enterprises are not covered under this provision. So be sure. So our advice, a prudent thing would be to always ask for a declaration of MSME, because it is your prerogative as a buyer to see that the payment is made within time and so that you are allowed the deduction in the correct financial year. Thank you, and keep watching for more. We are bringing more analysis for you in the next episode.